7 Best Bodyweight Exercises for Fast Muscle Gain. Transforming your body doesn't need to be complicated or expensive. Contrary to what many experts try to sell you, you don't need sophisticated equipment or an eye-wateringly expensive personal trainer to achieve real results. The truth that the fitness industry doesn't want you to know is simple. Your own body is the most efficient machine that exists. Bodyweight exercises are powerful because they work multiple muscle groups simultaneously, improve your coordination, and believe it, can provide impressive muscle gains when done correctly. Science has proven this numerous times. Studies show that bodyweight training can be as effective as free weight training for hypertrophy when the intensity is equivalent. That's why today you'll see the 7 best bodyweight exercises that can completely transform your physique, working every inch of your body, even without leaving home. Before we begin, please leave in the comments your name and the city from where you're watching our content. Exercise number 7, Bulgarian split squat. The Bulgarian split squat is practically the king of leg exercises when we talk about home workouts. Unlike the traditional squat, it puts much more tension on the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings because you're working one leg at a time. Think of it as a turbocharged version of the regular squat. The intensity is practically doubled for each leg. What makes this exercise so effective is the controlled imbalance it creates. When you elevate one of your feet, your body's entire stability is challenged. Your core muscles activate while your glutes and quadriceps work intensely to keep you standing. And this instability, it's precisely what stimulates even more muscle fibers. To execute correctly, position yourself with your back to a bench, sofa, or chair. Place one foot supported behind you, keeping the other firmly on the floor in front of you. The distance between you and the support should allow that when descending, your thigh is parallel to the floor and your knee forms a 90-degree angle. Keep your torso upright, core contracted, and slowly descend as if you were sitting in an invisible chair until your front thigh is parallel to the floor. Feel the quadriceps and glute burning as you return to the starting position. A common mistake I see many people making is letting the knee go too far beyond the toe line or becoming unbalanced to the sides. This puts unnecessary pressure on the knee joint and can lead to injuries over time. Always keep the knee aligned with the foot and the torso as upright as possible. Another frequent error is using too high a support for the back foot, which limits the range of motion and reduces its benefits. Remember, it's not a speed competition. Controlled movements generate more results. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions on each leg. Seriously, I know it seems like little, but after the 5th repetition, you'll understand why this exercise is respected even in the most hardcore gyms. And when it becomes too easy, add weight by holding water bottles, books, or put a heavy backpack on your back. Exercise 6. Dips. This movement intensely works the triceps, but also recruits shoulders and chest very effectively. In fact, in an electromyography study, dips showed triceps activation comparable to or even superior to exercises with dumbbells and specific machines. What few realize is that dips are practically a reverse bench press. While in the bench press, you push the weight upward. In dips, you push your own body upward. The mechanics are similar, but with the advantage of not needing sophisticated equipment. Golden-era bodybuilders, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, religiously included dips in their routines, even having access to all possible machines. To do it at home, you only need 2 stable and parallel surfaces, like the backs of 2 sturdy chairs, the corner of a kitchen counter, or even 2 firm benches. Creativity is your ally here. I've even seen people using the bathtub as support. Position your hands firmly supported on the surfaces, arms extended, and slowly descend by bending your elbows until they form an angle of approximately 90 degrees. Then, push your body up using your tricep strength. You can also lean your body a little more forward if you want to activate more chest and less triceps. The mistake I most often see people making is letting their shoulders rise toward their ears during the exercise. This not only reduces the effectiveness of the movement, but can cause injuries to the shoulder complex over time. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and stabilized. Another common problem is descending too quickly, which puts unnecessary stress on the joints, or not descending enough, limiting the range and, consequently, the results. Another valuable tip. If it's too difficult at the beginning, You can keep your feet on the floor and use your legs to help a little. As you get stronger, gradually reduce this help until you can perform the movement using only the strength of your arms. And when traditional dips become too easy, try elevating one foot off the floor or even adding weight to your lap with books or a backpack. Exercise 5. Step-ups. Seems simple, right? Stepping up and down on a step. But don't be fooled. The step-up is a powerful exercise that transforms your legs and glutes when done with the right intensity and technique. This movement is similar to what you do when climbing stairs, but when executed consciously and in a controlled manner, it becomes an impressive muscle-building tool. The step-up primarily works quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, but also challenges your balance and coordination. What makes this exercise so special is that you can easily control the intensity. A higher step means more muscle work. Additionally, it's extremely functional. Daily you climb stairs, steps, or uneven surfaces, and strengthening the specific muscles for this movement improves your overall physical capacity. At home, you can use the first step of a staircase, a sturdy bench, or even a resistant box. Ideally, the height of the step should make your thigh parallel to the floor when you place your foot on it. The movement is simple. Place one foot completely on the platform, transfer your body weight to that leg, and step up until you're completely standing on the platform. The important detail is that the working leg should do practically all the effort. A common mistake is pushing off with the leg that's on the ground. This drastically reduces the benefits. Focus on feeling the quadriceps and glute of the leg that's on the platform doing the work. Another detail: control the descent. Don't just let your foot simply fall back to the ground. The eccentric phase is just as important as the concentric phase for muscle development. To intensify, you can hold water bottles or books in your hands. The more weight you carry, the greater the challenge for your legs, and a secret that few know. If you give a slight forward lean during the movement, it increases glute activation even more. Try it and feel the difference. Before we continue to exercise 4, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to correct and science-based information is what will make you progress in the long term in the bodybuilding world. Exercise 4. Triceps dip. What makes this exercise so effective is the position of the body in relation to the support point. Unlike traditional dips, here your arms are behind your body, creating an angle that perfectly isolates the triceps. This position also minimizes chest participation, making the triceps truly the protagonists of the movement. To execute, you only need a stable surface such as a chair, bench, or even the sofa as long as it's firm. Sit on the edge with your hands supported next to your hips, fingers pointing forward. Move your feet a bit forward, lift your hips off the surface, and begin to bend your elbows until they form approximately 90 degrees. Keep your hips close to the bench throughout the movement. The natural tendency is to move away, but this reduces effectiveness. Then, push your body up using only the strength of your triceps until your arms are completely extended. A frequent error I see many people making is letting the shoulders rise during the movement or the elbows open to the sides. Always keep the elbows pointing backward and the shoulders away from the ears to maximize triceps work and protect the joints. Another common mistake is not descending enough or using momentum to rise, instead of controlling the movement throughout its full range. To make the exercise more challenging, you can fully extend your legs or even raise one of them during execution. An advanced progression is to place your feet on an elevated surface, such as a bench or chair, creating an even greater inclination of the body. If it's too difficult at the beginning, keep your feet closer to your body to reduce intensity, or even keep your hips supported on the bench and just do the elbow flexion. Start with 10 to 12 controlled repetitions, a detail that makes all the difference. At the top of the movement, when your arms are extended, purposely contract the triceps for 1 second before descending again. This additional isometric contraction enhances the exercise results. Exercise 3. Pull-up bar. Few movements can work so many muscles simultaneously and with such efficiency. If I could choose only one exercise for the upper body, this would be it without a doubt. Pull-ups primarily recruit the back, biceps, and forearms, but also involve shoulders, trapezius, and even the core muscles for stabilization. It's practically a complete exercise for the entire upper body. Not for nothing, In many special military forces around the world, performance on bars is one of the main indicators of physical readiness. I know not everyone has a bar at home, but there are accessible options like door bars that can be installed without drilling walls, costing relatively little compared to other bodybuilding equipment. Or if you're lucky, there might be a playground nearby with structures that can serve perfectly. These fitness playgrounds are becoming increasingly common in public squares and parks. To execute correctly, hold the bar with your palms facing forward and a little wider than shoulder width. Starting from the hanging position with arms extended, pull your body up until your chin passes the bar. Focus on pulling using your back, not just your arms. Imagine you're trying to bring your shoulder blades together during the movement. Descend in a controlled manner and repeat. A common mistake for beginners is using momentum or swinging the body. This drastically reduces the benefits. The movement should be controlled and come from the strength of the back muscles, not from impulses of the legs or hips. Another frequent problem is not completing the range of motion. Many stop when their eyes are at bar height, when they should continue pulling until the chin passes it. If you still can't do a complete repetition, don't get discouraged. Start with the negative phase. Use a chair to climb up to the high position and then slowly descend, controlling the movement. This technique will build the necessary strength until you can do complete pull-ups. Another option is to use resistance bands to help with the movement. Attach a resistance band to the bar and place your foot or knee on it to reduce the amount of weight you need to pull. Remember, even if you can only do 2 or 3 repetitions at the beginning, that's already a great starting point. With time, you'll be surprised at how strong your body can become. Exercise 2. Push-ups. Push-ups are practically the most well-known bodyweight exercise, and yet I see so many people executing them incorrectly that they fail to take advantage of their full potential. When done well, push-ups are a true machine for building chest, triceps, and shoulders. It's no wonder they've been a pillar of military training for centuries. They work, and they work very well. What few people realize is that the push-up is also an excellent exercise for the core. To keep the body in a straight line throughout the movement, your abdominals and lower back work intensely to stabilize the spine. The correct execution begins with the hands a little wider than shoulder width and fully supported on the floor. The fingers should be slightly spread and pointing forward or slightly outward. The body should form a straight line from heels to head like a board. Contract the abdomen and glutes to maintain this stable position. Lower the body by bending the elbows until the chest almost touches the floor, keeping the elbows at an angle of approximately 45 degrees in relation to the body, neither too wide to the sides nor too close to the trunk, and then push back to the starting position, fully extending the arms at the top. The most common error I observe is keeping the hips too high or too low, forming an inverted V shape or allowing the lower back to curve excessively. This not only reduces the effectiveness of the exercise, but can also cause back pain. Another frequent error is not descending enough, doing only a half push-up that doesn't fully activate the muscles, or lowering only the hips while the shoulders remain elevated. If traditional push-ups are still too difficult, don't worry. Start by supporting your knees on the floor, or even doing them against a wall or inclined countertop. These modified versions allow you to gradually develop the necessary strength. A valuable tip: execution speed matters a lot. Very fast push-ups tend to use momentum and reduce muscle tension. Try to descend in 2 seconds, pause briefly at the bottom, and rise in 1 to 2 seconds, doing 10 to 15 repetitions per set. Exercise 1. Glute bridge. Simple to execute but incredibly effective. The glute bridge works not only the glutes, but also the hamstrings and lower back. In times where everyone wants to improve the appearance of this region, the bridge has become practically mandatory in any training program. What makes this exercise so potent is the position it puts your glutes in, maximum contraction at the top of the movement. This creates a sustained tension that's perfect for stimulating muscle growth. Additionally, unlike many leg exercises, the bridge puts minimal pressure on the knees, making it safe for practically anyone, including those with joint problems. To execute correctly, lie on your back with knees bent and feet supported on the floor, hip width apart. The arms are extended alongside the body, palms down for more stability. The feet should be positioned so that, When you raise your hips, the knees form an angle of approximately 90 degrees. Press your heels against the floor and raise your hips until your body forms a straight line from knees to shoulders. Squeeze your glutes strongly at the top as if you were trying to hold a coin between them, and then descend in a controlled manner without letting your hips touch the floor between repetitions to maintain constant tension. A common mistake is not rising enough, keeping the hips too low or elevating too much, excessively arching the lower back, which can cause discomfort in the back. Another frequent problem is letting the knees open during the movement when they should remain aligned with the feet, or primarily using the strength of the back or legs instead of focusing on the glutes. To intensify, you can keep one leg extended in the air while executing the movement with the other, which practically doubles the intensity for the working leg. It's also possible to place your feet on an elevated surface like a sofa or chair, increasing the range of motion and, consequently, the muscle stimulus. A detail that makes all the difference. Before initiating the movement, consciously activate the glutes. This pre-activation ensures that the glutes are the protagonists of the exercise, not the hamstrings or lower back. You can also do this by forcing your heels against the floor. Do 15 to 20 repetitions and maintain the contracted position for 1 or 2 seconds at the top of each repetition to maximize glute activation. If you want to maximize your results even more, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen where we show 10 things you do that throw your workout in the trash. Thank you for watching until here, and may God bless you, my friend.